Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Okay, so we were in the prep for the court trial in the last part, so we are going to finish our prep. Okay, yeah, we're gonna start the class trial, so perfect, I didn't click that last time.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
I wonder if the game ends if you totally screw up a case.
Okay, then.
It's already saved, so it's fine.
First off,
if we fail, we just won't save it.
let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Okay, I forget how to do this, but it's okay. Make your argument.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
That's true. Okay.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Damn it.
Interesting.
Damn it!
That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
I didn't get it fast enough. Something with a blood stain on it. Okay, so let's go back.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
No, crap.
It appears
How do we go
it was
faster?
a head wound.
According to the Monokuma
How do
file,
we
the killer used a
go...
blunt instrument.
I forget how to
But
use some of the
what
things.
kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Damn it, I missed it!
Certainly
Ah!
would make for a powerful
How do you
weapon.
go faster through the... How do you skip through it? Oh, hold on. Escape. I want the help. Okay, hold on. Controls. Focus gauge. If you... Influence gauge. If you choose the wrong statement or truth bullet, you'll take damage. Hold on the space key. You can concentrate and slow down. Hold on the control key will speed up the debate. Okay. Control key.
Chihiro's fate. It appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file,
What kind of blunt instrument?
I bet it was an iron
Pipe.
Interesting.
Damn it!
That certainly would
I'm
make
not
for a
doing... I know I'm trying to hit it, but I'm not doing really good at,
Chihiro's. It appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of
blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Damn it!
Interesting.
Damn it!
certainly would make
I can't seem to get the timing right. I'm having a really shitty time doing this right now.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There, Jesus!
No, that's wrong.
I'm shooting it, but I can't hit the thing. Holy crap.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
So terrible at this game.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
Mole man.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
You.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
I think you just want to take credit for Genocide Jack.
For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to the non-stop debate. Would you like to hear more? Yeah, we want to know what they are. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. Oh, Jesus Christ. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Fuck. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. It is set to gentle. Because I was like, gentle! In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. I put it on gentle because I'm dumb. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't want to deal with the white noise. Make your argument. Okay, what are we doing? Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
Okay.
I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No proof?
No, that's wrong.
There's no proof. We have the case. We have the file.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it?
It is.
What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case in which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the... how the murder... Yeah. Nope.
I got it!
I was trying to push the button and I hit up instead of...
In every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended
But he
in the
would
same
know
way.
too, because he's studied the case. He's read it before, you know what I mean? And he's been in that room before, so he would know that.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of.
Because you're... yeah.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
And maybe it's him.
No fucking way!
Yeah.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide
so.
Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
I don't think it's Toko. I think it's him.
What?
It would make sense to be her, but...
Wait, hold on a sec.
Because she's got split personalities, but...
Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Split personality.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Right? It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also and not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Hangman's Gambit. Fuck. What is this again? 6 letters left. I don't... What am I doing? Oh, whoops. Oh, we're doing schizo. Okay. I was like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Now I understand.
But...
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Yeah,
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Could be. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back.
That's right.
She fainted when she saw
Condescending little
Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, yeah! Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah! She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world is front and a back and a top, inning and a bottom, and a sea of truth and a web of lies! This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
I'm not saying that she's not totally, like, split personality here, but I don't think it was her, though.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. Sounds... I'll to drive out the killer, to drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
I think he convinced her that she is a split personality and she's Genocide Jack. And he then set her up, thinking he could murder someone, pin it on her as Genocide Jack, be like, oh, because she's split personality, and she would actually start thinking she did it.
Toko was afraid of
You know
the
what I mean?
murderous
Because it's
fiend
all
inside
too
of her,
perfect.
of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
See, the thing is if you hadn't gone in and hadn't found the coffee stain or the missing the switched posters,
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
you would think it was definitely her because 2 girls in a girl's locker room, but she was murdered in the boys' locker room.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
She's in love with him.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Oh. I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. She might...
said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
I think he set her up.
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What
I don't think it was her.
I hate you.
I don't know if she really is Genocide Jack or if she just thinks she is. But I think he did it still.
The opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. Is she actually seriously a murderer? That's awesome. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
Oh my god.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Cool.
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
So intense.
Oh, dude.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or
Dude.
how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
I can't believe that's actually awesome twist that she has literally a split personality murderous fiend, but I still don't think she did it because it would be way too easy. You know what I mean? Like to pin it on her.
Behind every dark and gloomy
But this is
soul
fucking
lives
great.
another that
This
shines
is why I
as
love this
bright
game
as
so
the
much.
sun.
She's like the fucking Joker. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Her tongue hanging out like that is creepy as fuck.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
It's him. He's totally doing this to drive us to blame her.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Make your argument. Status of the dead body. I don't understand what this is supposed to be.
But I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
I'm thinking it's the modus operandi. Okay, it has to be. We have to focus and remember Chihiro's body. That must have the answers. Prove what he said isn't quite right. Okay.
Sorry, but I didn't.
You say that.
But perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
No, it's wrong.
I was kind of thinking, but I'm not sure sometimes. I'm not good at this.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Because Genocide Jack didn't hit everyone over the head,
I
right?
think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have
So
a
they're all
very
stabbed?
particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Raviolis. That makes me want fucking
Let
ravioli
me
now.
rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference.
I got it!
Fatal injury?
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Multiple stab
But
wounds, yeah.
Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
It's creepy.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. Photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. What was used to suspend her.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims
They were all
in
boys.
each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting
They were all
to be
guys.
discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let me see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims that Chihiro didn't fit. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is, I think I figured it out. I know why. Because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all men. Ken Harada, Tetsuro Honda, Soji Gaku, Kano Ise, Takeshi Yoshida, blah blah blah, all dudes.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line.
She's boy crazy.
That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
She's legit boy crazy, so much so that she kills them.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
It was you. Shut up.
Lolly car!
slowly curse?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She's probably got like a fuck ton. Yeah, there you go.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors
Told you it was
by my
weird for
side?
your
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can't stand you
whatever
gutter
his name is.
dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's why we figured it had to be the real deal.
Nope,
not some
that's not
copycat
true.
killer Or whatever.
Knew it. Big Mac knew it. One person who could have copied the genocide Jackie. Sorry, I didn't read that. One person who knew. Select someone. It was Leon.
Here's my answer. Byakuya. It's possible
Byakuya.
you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem
Byakuya.
gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Byakuya.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all! Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your
Byakuya?
response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now,
In the library.
the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker rooms. They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But you didn't know.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
You didn't
on the
know!
contrary, there's something very strange.
You had no idea who was
Okay
dead.
then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest
You
of the
didn't
class.
know. Oh! There was a clear contradiction in what Bayaka just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been... Yes, what is it? Next, we're going to add something called Truth Flashback. If you aim a weapon, aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use the flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer or a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot. I don't know. In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Okay, what am I doing? I don't fucking understand. Make your argument. Okay. I don't understand this.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
I don't understand how to do that thing.
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
We didn't have the...
What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
I realize there's a clear contradiction because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found out. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear. How do I do this, though?
You said Byakuya was acting, but he was acting
Oh, shit.
weird.
I hit the wrong button. I wanted to,
That's unnatural. The victim, what? So, of course, I would. There was no time. What's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Yeah. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to hit the...
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Before we found the body. What?
Shoot!
What the fuck? Yes, he was acting strange before we found the body.
You said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check...
That's
okay, I just...
The victim was Chihiro.
Yes, the victim was Chihiro. I don't get this!
Shoot!
I don't understand what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing here.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we
I just don't understand this. This is not...
acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you
There's only two fucking things!
That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Okay, hold on a second. There's only two fucking things and I've hit them both. How do I get the truth? If you target a weak spot and then hold down the left mouse button, you can use the weak spot as a temporary truth bullet. Target a weak spot and then hold down the left mouse button. Okay.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
No, that's not right.
What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with
I don't think that's right. No. How he could have known. I just...
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
No. Okay, that's not right. I don't freaking know how to do this part. Like, this I don't like.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found
the body.
But
Okay, that's okay. So you do that.
How?
And then when he goes, Chihiro was a girl, you use the before we found the body on it, maybe? I don't know.
Absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, I get, okay. All right,
I'll
I
tell
got
you
it.
what's so strange
It's just,
about that.
I don't like, there's so many directions. And it's like, you have to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this, do this and that. What? I need to, okay.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Bang!
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh? Is right.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
Yeah. But now we're going, it's 34 minutes, and I was going to keep going, but I have a feeling this is going to take a while. So I'm actually going to wrap this part up here, and when we come back in the next part, we will continue with the class trials. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.